Hi guys, Ismaila here. Sorry I can't make it to the live session. So I want to show you how to do referencing effectively so that at the end of your chapter or your dissertation, you have everything in place. You know, I struggled when I did my master's, and you know, it took me, I don't know how long to try and get articles that I viewed or I read about a year ago, you know, to put them together. Some of them probably even got lost. So, and then I decided when I was starting my PhD, I'm not gonna struggle again. So let me try and find out how to do this, you know, properly so that I don't waste a lot of time. So you need a couple of things here. So obviously your Word document that you're going to use to write, and then your Google Chrome or any search engine that you use to find articles, ResearchGate, Scopus, or anything. And then you also have a couple of referencing software, should I say. I guess many of you should be familiar with RefWorks, and there is also a couple of like EndNotes, and there is also Zotero. So I have been using Zotero because Zotero is free and you can use it from anywhere. Back then, I think RefWorks, you needed to be at the university or something like that, and I found it a little bit, maybe because at that time, I didn't face the problem, so I didn't want to learn. So I didn't find it that friendly. So I started using Zotero, again, as I said, because it's free. You download it from your Google Chrome, and then you can use it anywhere you want. It does the same work as RefWorks, so the principle is the same. So whichever you choose to use, you can use it, but you can just see how it works here, and it applies to all the other software as well. So let's get started. Now, first, what you need to do is you need to install Zotero on your laptop or PC. So that is the Zotero interface. So normally you just go on Google Chrome, and then you type Zotero download, for example. Zotero, sorry. So you can see Zotero download here. So you click on it, and then you follow the normal process of downloading and installing. Now, once you have it, now the next thing is you need to add it on your Word document so that you are able to cite from your document, from your Word document, with the integration of Zotero. So how do you do it? It's quite simple, but you can go Google it as well. That is what I did as well, to add it to my Word document. So generally, you come to your edit here on Zotero, and then you go to Preferences, and then you go to Word Processing, and then you go to here, Install Microsoft Word Add-in. So once you click on it, then you click on it, and then you click OK. Then it will take maybe a couple of 1-2 minutes, depending on how fast is your computer. And then it will install the add-in on your Word document. I'm going to show you how it looks like here. Okay, so you see here, you have Zotero. Now, when you click on the tab, you see it takes you here. So when you're going to do your citation, so you will come to here, and click on add or edit citation. So you can add a citation, but you can also edit it. Maybe later on, for example, you want to add, sometimes you have between brackets or parentheses, you have 2 or 3 sources. So you may be able to edit as well. Now, and then at the end of your chapter or at the end of your dissertation, you can add the bibliography as well. So that saves you a lot of time. You click on it, and then you will go through 1 or 2 more steps, and then you have the list of your bibliography in alphabetical order. Everything that is in the text is there. So you don't have to do, you may still do that, but you don't have this thing where maybe you deleted some paragraphs and 1 or 2 citations have gone, but you still have them in the list of bibliography or vice versa. So, and remember as well, when the examiners look at your dissertation, they will check that as well. They will check, and sometimes you may think that they don't, but they really do. It's very easy to check. So they will tell you that, for example, your list of bibliography is not complete, or you have some of the things that are in the list of the bibliography but are not in the text. So you avoid all of that, and it saves you a lot of time. Again, that is the essence. First, you do it right, and then second, it saves you a lot of time. Now, next thing is, I want to go back to Zotero. So in Zotero, you need to open a folder or many folders, depending. So what I do, for example, okay, here I had to do everything because I didn't have to use my laptop. I couldn't use it, rather. So I had to install, so everything is new here. Now, you need to add, for example, what I do is, I put it in chapters. So when you install Zotero newly, there is nothing. What you see here, the first tab, AIS, I just added it now. So all you have is this. Now you have your library, that is where you add your things. Now you want to add a chapter. You click here, new collection. So you are adding a new collection to your library. You give it a title, let's say chapter 1. Okay, your chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. So sometimes your supervisor would want to see, especially if you're doing PhD, they don't want you to have everything before bringing, because it's a lot of work to review or to look at. So you may need to do chapter by chapter, but even for your master's degree, you can still do the same. Now, so when you finish your chapter, you can have the list of your bibliography for the chapter. When you finish chapter 2, you will have that as well. And then at the end, I'll show you again how you can integrate. When you put all your chapters together, then remember some of the citations or sources, you may have them in chapter 1, especially chapter 1 is your how do you call it, proposal. So you may have some of the citations that are there that are also in other chapters. So now if you want to copy and put there, it means that you're going to have to manually remove duplicates. Okay, you can also use, how do you call it, the Word, one of the Word's options to remove that as well. In Excel, it's easy, and in Words, I'm not that sure. But again, you wouldn't have to do it, so you can still do it from here. So now instead of getting the bibliography for chapter 1, chapter 2, and so on, you can go to your library, and then when your Word document is open, from your library, when you request for the list of bibliography, or the bibliography rather, then you will get everything that is from chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and so on together in your bibliography. So that makes things easier. So now you do your reading. Now let's go back to Google Scholar. Okay. Okay, so let's say you are doing your article search on Google Scholar. Okay, actually I opened something here because I want to use a couple of examples that I already put in the library there. So you are here, you're doing your search. Okay, let's say you read an article and then you find that article interesting, that you want to use it or you want to cite it. So you may do it from here, but remember that before you decide whether the article is okay for you or is something that is interesting from your point of view or what you're doing, you need to read it first. So if you click on it, you read it, the way you're going to do it is different from when you do it from this page where you have the list. So this page where you have the list is easier. So let's say, okay, I have this article that I want to cite. So I need to take it to my collection in Zotero, in my library. So you see here, at the end of every article, after the information there, you have this where you have save, cite, and the number of citations and all of that. So it's old now. So you click on the cite. So remember again, for your dissertation or thesis, you are required to have your referencing in a certain style. So when you click on that, it gives you the option here to choose what style you want your citations and your bibliography to be on as well. So this is extremely important because going forward, everything will have to do, especially from your Word document, when you start citing and you choose one style, then everything that is going to follow is going to be in that style. So here you can still choose whenever you want to add an article, you can choose. You can change, but then it's not good for you to change because if you're going to use one style in your dissertation, then whenever you add the article, choose that style. Of course, you can change as well, but then get it right from the first time. So we mostly use Harvard. So you click on Harvard, then you scroll down. So when you scroll down, remember at the beginning I was talking about the different software that you can use. So you have RefWorks, for example, you have RefMan, that is Zotero. You have EndNotes, you have BibTeX. Now, so for Zotero is RefMan that you use. And you need to make sure that your Zotero is open. It's open and then the chapter is also open, because when you try to send something there, it will send it straight to the folder that is open. So make sure that your Zotero is open and your particular chapter is open. So you see for me here, I started with that AIS, which is Accounting Information System. Okay, so I will continue on that one. Otherwise, you will still have a chance to change, but when you have it open, then you don't have to always click to change. So let me go back here. Site, Harvard, and then RefMan. So you see it opens the Zotero connector. That is, okay, something I forgot to tell you what to do about as well. I'll come back on that now. Okay, then you click OK, and then you see here, it's AIS, so that is the folder that is open. So you have the option to click and change, as I was saying, but it will take it automatically to here if you leave it for a couple of seconds. You just close your box here. Now, let's look at if you open the article first to read and decide whether you're going to want to cite it or not. Okay, sorry, I'm going to use another one. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, now this is, okay, so you can use, it can be a book or anything as well, but I would want to just focus on articles. Okay, so let's look at this one. So I open it first, read the abstract and the conclusion and see whether this article is interesting for me. Now, okay, let's say I decide, yes, I'm going to want to cite it. So how do I add it from here, because you don't have those sections? So you see here, this Google Chrome extension. You need to add it beforehand. So that is something I forgot at the beginning. So you install your Zotero, you install an add-in of Zotero on your Word document, but then you also need to add Google Chrome extension on your Google Scholar, rather, extension on your Google Chrome. So it's easy to do as well. You can Google how to do that. It will take you 2 minutes to do that. So when you have it here, now you want to add this article to your collection there, your chapter 1 or my AIS. So what you do is you copy the title. Okay, so often when you highlight it, it will pick up when you click on Zotero extension, but it's not all the time. So it's better you copy. In case it doesn't pick automatically, then you can paste it there. So let's see what happens. Okay, I'm not sure what is going on. All right, okay. So you see it picked that up automatically, as I was saying. So if it doesn't pick, then you paste your, you can just, and then you can paste your, okay, it will be blank anyway, so you paste your thing. But sometimes it may pick actually something else. So if it picks something else, it's not the article, then you can just remove that and then paste your article. Then you see you've got exactly the same thing that you have on your Google Chrome, where you have the list of articles, as I was saying. So again, you go on Cite, then you choose your referencing style, and then you go on RefMan, and then OK. You make sure that your folder is the right one, and that is it. OK, so let's see whether it's there in Zotero. So I think it's this one. It's this one. So you see here in your collection. So it picks everything. You have all the details about the journal and the article itself. So that is what will come in your list of bibliography. Okay, so let's do one more example. Go back here. We'll do one more example in for each. Okay, so let me cite this one, and then I choose my style, and then I will go to Refman. I go to open. So you need to remember Refman. So because it's not written Zotero like RefWorks or EndNote. Okay, you close. And then let me do the last one with opening the article as well. Oh, sorry. Okay, so again here what you do is you highlight the title. Oof. Okay, let's see. Oops. Okay, so when the title is highlighted, it's it's a problem. Okay, let me try and click on it and see if it can open to where I will be able to copy without having. Okay, it's doing the same thing. So let's okay, copy. Okay, then I go to my Google Scholar extension. Okay, I just want to make sure that this is the article because I don't see everything. Okay, accounting information system effectiveness. Okay, then I go to site again. I choose my referencing style and then Refman. All right, so let's go to Zotero and see. Okay, so you can see the collection is getting bigger. Now, I believe we are okay with how to add an article to our collection in Zotero. Now, let's do the citation on Word. Now, I'm not a good typer, sorry, so I'm just going to, let's say, I will look at those things and then I'll just copy anything and then put in there. Okay, so let's say I have this. Remember, you should never copy and paste. So, but this is just for the example. Now I want to cite this. So first you need to look at either the name of the author or the article title. Okay, so your documents may be at home or wherever it is. So if you want to cite, you need to go to the Zotero tab and then you click on Add Citation. So as I was saying, now when you do your first citation on your Word document, again, you have the option to choose the style of referencing you want to use. Again, what I mentioned here, going forward, it's not going to take you here again. It's just once for all. So you choose your style, so whatever citation that you're going to put in this document is going to be on that particular referencing style. So we're looking for our Harvard. So Elsevier Harvard here. Okay, remember again. Okay, so when you do that, that's the option you have here. So you can type the name of the author. Okay, it depends on the edition of your Word and also maybe Zotero itself. So sometimes it doesn't take you here, it takes you into Zotero where you have the list. And then it's easier for you to choose the list. But here then you have to type the name of the author or the title of the article, not entirely. You just need to start typing and then it will pick whatever that is in your collection there. So let's say we take the one of the author's name here. Okay, so you see when you start typing the name, so it gives you the option here from the library. And then you type enter. Okay, let's go back to a Word document. So you see you have your citation. Now, let's continue. Let's look at another article. Okay, which one did we cite here? I think we cited this one as well. Okay, so Dow, okay. Remember again, this is just for the demo. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here, when you do the citation, so it will always put them in that between the brackets or between the parentheses. So if you want to start with the name of your authors, you will see that it will be, I've seen articles where they leave it that way, which is not really good to see. So you need to remove the parentheses. So with those ones, you have to do a bit of, editing. So let's say you want to say according to, okay, now I want to cite that article. Now I can't remember the artist's name, so Dow Hila. You see again, once you type a couple of letters, it gives you the option. Sometimes articles or authors' names may also be similar at the beginning, so it will show you a couple of sources as well. Then you choose the right one. Then you just type enter. Oops, okay, so my cursor was at the wrong place. Sorry, but what you can do here, you can copy it, or cut it rather, and then put it to where it was supposed to be. So what I was saying here, you see, so you don't have to have this parenthesis. So you need to be careful so that you don't delete everything. Where is the delete button here? Okay, then you need to add your parentheses only on the on the date. So something you might have noticed, you see when I click in that source, it turned gray. So that shows you actually your referencing is working, and whatever is in gray, that is what is going to be added on your list of references. Now, if you happen to add something manually, it's not going to be there. And obviously, you will see that when you click on it, it will not turn gray. So it means that you have to add it manually there again, which is not a good idea to do. Okay, sometimes when you have, maybe you're going to cite again this source for a second time in the document, it will not add two references rather at the end of the document. It will still be one. So at that time, if you want, you can add it manually. But if you are putting the citation for the first time, then you need to do it the right way. So you should not add it manually. Otherwise, then you're still going to have to do that extra work. So here, okay, never mind the editing or all of that. So just for this. Okay, now add more than one source. Let's try that as well and see. Okay, let me do something here. Okay, you go to your Zotero and then you come in here. So let's say we want to add another citation. Let me go back to page 1 and see those one that, okay, let's look at this one. Okay, Denny. So what I'm looking for here is just I'm looking for the name of the author or the article title. Okay, so you see you have this citation here. So it means that when you open another document, your line where you write the name of the author or the article name disappears, but it's just it got somewhere. So you just need to go back to that. So, but you know that you have a pending citation because this thing is still there. So if you want to cancel it, you just need to delete that. So here, okay, again, this is just the type you can have. Okay, these are the things that if you are interested, you can also Google and see what it is about, you know, the classic view and the sources sorted. So, sorry, I can't remember the name of the author again. So Denny is, okay, is Iskander. Okay, let me go back. Let me try and see if I can add one of these two as a second citation there. HLA. So you just type the second source. And then if there is a third, fourth, remember that You may not need to have more than 3 or 4, but anyway, it will pick when the time comes, when you cite it, for example, the first time, and then the second time it's 3 or more authors, so it will pick the et al. Automatically. So let's see here. So once you are finished with the sources that you want to add, you just type again. Okay. Even though it's a demo, let's just make it in one style here. Let's say we use Calibri. Okay. Okay, so this is the formatting because we copied, so it kept the style there. Doesn't matter. Okay, so again, you see when you click on it, it turns gray. So that is how you cite, and then you continue with your document till the end of it, whether it's a chapter. As I said, you may want to have your list of bibliography or your bibliography rather, or the list of references for each chapter, because if you need to send to your supervisor, for example, so it's good to do that by chapter. So at the end of the chapter, now you want to have your references or bibliography. So you put your cursor wherever you want it to. Generally, you need to start a new page, and then you type your references or bibliography, whatever you use. Then now you go to your Zotero again, and then now you go to add or edit bibliography. You can see in less than a second you have the list, okay, because it's not a lot. So if you have if 50 citations or 100 citations, it will take probably about 50 seconds, a minute or so. Then you have the list of your bibliography in alphabetical order. Now, you can see as well, when you click on it, it also turns gray, like these. So with that, you have how many citations? Exactly 3 here, and you have 3 here. So you don't have to go and check whether everything that is here is there, unless, again, as I said, if you added something manually, it's not going to be there, which is not a good thing to do. So I sometimes, if you can't find, for example, the article, maybe you have the article, maybe it was sent to you. I'm not sure. Sometimes you can't add it to, you don't have it on Google Scholar, for example. But remember, if you use something like ResearchGate, for example, to get your articles as well. So let's try and do that too, so that you. So guys, you've got my email address. It's Ismaila here. When you look at the list of the emails, you will see it's Bouba E. You can send me an email, and if I reply back, my cell phone number is also on my email signature. If you need any assistance with this anytime, you can email me, you can send me a WhatsApp as well. So as I was saying, sometimes, okay, let's use ResearchGate, for example. I would advise you to use ResearchGate and register an account there. It's free. Because a lot of the times, you may not get articles from Google Chrome. You find that you need to pay to get the articles. So let's look at here. So where you see the PDF, generally, most of them you can get. But sometimes even those ones, you will find that it's just an abstract, and then you need to pay to buy the article. So Okay, not available. So there are two options. You can send an email to the librarian and they will be able to get you the article, or you can use an alternative source to try and get the articles. For example, ResearchGate. As I said, you see here, join for free. So I have my account, which is on my laptop. I can't remember the password, so I'm not going to be able to try and log in here. But you can search for articles here too. And most of the articles here, you will get them in the PDF form that you want to download. So if you can't download them on Google Scholar, you have to pay for it. Try on ResearchGate. If there as well, because it's not all that you will get from there either, then you can email the librarian, for example. So let's say we're going to try and look for this article there. So you just copy the article and then you come and paste on the search, and then you have that article and many articles that are talking about the same topic. So here you can click on an article to open it. You can open it on a new tab as well. So you can see from here, you are able again to copy it, and then you can search it from your Google Scholar extension here to add it onto your Zotero. So let's do this. Okay, you go to site, and then the referencing style. Okay, so you see from here you can see download the full text. So sometimes, as I was saying, you may not be able to download it from here, but you may here. Fortunately, there as well we could download it, so you didn't have to come here. But as I'm saying, you can use this alternatively as well, or in combination. So whichever you use, you are able to add the articles from your search to the Google, from the Google Scholar extension to your Zotero. Okay, so when I was talking about here your list, now when you look at this, different universities generally have different version of Harvard style. I believe at VUT you are required to have all these names in capital. So unfortunately, on the onlines, you will not get them in capital. Maybe you can try RefWorks as well. I'm not sure, because again, sometimes you will find Harvard for a certain publication, so that is their style. So it may not be the same as here as well. So it may still not be in capital as you wish. So it means that here you need to use your word skill or ability to do that. It's quite easy. Then you copy the thing and then you come to here, and then you put them uppercase. Then you have them all in capital. So that is one other thing. But for journal articles, generally, if you're writing an article from your dissertation, you don't have to change, because this is the standard. So when you put your Harvard or APA, So it comes straight. That's the way it is. But for the university here, then you have to turn these into. So again, remember, you don't have to do it in the text. It's only in the bibliography. So do your stuff normally. When you finish, that is when you can do this. All right. I am not sure what else that I needed to show you on this. I think that is it. So let's just try and recap on how you do the thing from the beginning. And again, as I said, if you have any questions, you may ask me. So first, you need to install a couple of things. Now, you need to install Zotero on your laptop or PC. You need to add the Zotero add-in on your Word document, as we can see here. It's easy, you do it from the Zotero itself. Again, as I said, you can Google that. It's very easy. It's in a minute that you can do that. But if you need assistance again from me, just let me know. So you add Zotero, you add the add-in on, and then you need to add your Google Scholar extension on your Google Chrome as well. So again, that also you can Google how to do that. It's very easy. Again, it's something of a minute. You add it. So now once you have those three in place, now you open your Zotero. When you open your Zotero, you have My Library, and then you have publication, duplicates, items. So these are standard things that are there. But these folders will not be there. So you have your library. Now, on your library, that is where you add your collection. So you can see here, when you click, it gives you the option to add a collection. Chapter 2, for example, let's say. Okay, you have your chapter 2. You do the same. You add your chapter 3, or whatever you want to call them. Now, you want to add your sources to your chapter 1 or chapter 2. You are on Google Chrome or on, not Google Chrome, sorry, on Google Scholar, here where you have your citations, or you are on ResearchGate or any other search engine. So you have your articles here. So if you already know that this article is good for you, for example, you want to cite it, you can do it from here. You go to Cite, you choose your referencing style, you go to Refman. Okay, it adds here on chapter 2. So you see, because my chapter 2 is open. So normally I can change here to go to AIS. So you need to make sure that your chapter is open so that you don't have to do those changes all the time. Then you close your box here. Now, if you happen to want to read the article first before you cite it, then you open the article first, as we did, for example, here. Okay, so if you decide that the article is good for you to work on, you highlight the title. You can copy it as well in case you don't get it automatically from your Google Scholar extension, but most of the time it picks what you highlighted. It's there, then you go to Cite again, and then you go to your referencing style, Refman. Okay, it is added again. All right, So now you add articles to your collection in Zotero. Now you want to do your citation. So you start writing your chapter. Now you want to cite. Okay, I'm just going to copy again something from here just for the demo. I add here. Now I want to add a source. Then I go to my Zotero, add citation. So that one was cited by HLA. So click on it. What happened? Okay, I think I missed something. Oh, okay. So then you just type enter. So you have your citation. If you want to have more citations, remember when you type the name of the author, it picks that, and then you type the name of the second author as well for different publications, I mean. Then you have the list of 2 or 3 to have a citation like this one, where you have different authors with different publication in the same citation. All right, so remember when you start, you want to start with the name of the authors, then you will have to remove the parentheses from the start here and put it rather by the just by the year of publication. Yes, obviously you will have to remove the comma. Now you finish with your chapter, you want your list of bibliography. So here you're going to see, now we already have a list of bibliography, but we added something. Not manually, remember, not manually. If you add manually, it's not going to do anything. So if you added something here, now you go to add your bibliography. So you see where it takes you now, because now you need to add, because you change something. Either you remove a source for some reason, or you add it. So it will not take you to where you needed to cite. It takes you to here. Now you have the list of the first 3. Now that last one you needed to add, so you choose it from the list here. That last one, let's see, is it the Iskandar, I think. So you click on it, and then you have these arrows. You can take something that side, or you can take something back. Okay, it's not the one, because it didn't pick which one did we add at the end. Okay, that's fine. So the what we added is okay. Yeah, so I think I forgot something. So what we added is the same as what we have earlier. So actually, normally you wouldn't have to add anything here. Let's just confirm that. Let's add a different citation here. Okay, let me just remove this one and different citation there. Let me check on Zotero, for example, this one, evaluation of something. Okay, so remember that when you want to do your citation, you can either type the name of the author, or you can start typing the article title. Okay, so now we have a different citation from anything that we had before. Now we go to our bibliography. We need to add, not add it, you need to edit it. So you can see it's 4. So it added automatically that last one we added. That is what I wanted us to confirm here. So you didn't have to add it manually. The reason why I couldn't see it before, it was because the citation was already there. The author was mentioned already there. So you can see you have the 4. And then you click on OK. So you see, it just added automatically at the right place. Okay, so here, by coincidence, it happens that it should be the last one. But if it was starting with D, for example, you will see that it will be between this first and this second. So it will not affect the alphabetical order of the bibliography. All right, so guys, that is it, what I wanted to show you. I hope it will be helpful for you. Please try and use it to make your life easier with citations. If you did not do research before and you didn't have to do this, you may not see the importance of that now. But believe me, later on when you want to do the list of your bibliography, you will find that this could have been useful. So try and use it from the start. Again, I'm sorry that I couldn't do it live on Friday because of other commitments. So, but if you have any question, you're welcome to email me, or you can WhatsApp me as well. As I said, I believe the first step is you need to email me first to have my cell phone number from my email signature. All right, thank you guys, and enjoy your research.